What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with UFC 302 reactions. With UFC 302 wrapping up, what are your thoughts on the card? Now let's get into some reactions from the main event. Randy Brown versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. Randy Brown defeated Zaleski dos Santos after 3 rounds by unanimous decision. Here's what the community had to say about the fight. Dan Tom said, "Me remembering my Bruno Silva TKO KO DQ tickets the last time the UFC was in New Jersey." Zolo said, "Randy Brown is a certified serial cheater. It's criminal that the ref didn't take a point away from Brown." Stephen Wyan said, "Great win by Randy Brown to kick off UFC 302. Get Info MMA said, "The ref had his money on Randy Brown." MMA Mania said, "Randy Brown wants to fight Jeff Neal." The MMA Guru said, "I feel like we've had at least an eye poke per fight so far this card, and maybe the most one card has had so far in UFC history. This is also the night that the new eye pokeless gloves were introduced for the first time. Good job, UFC." Niko Price versus Alex Morono. Niko Price defeated Alex Morono by unanimous decision after 3 rounds. Here's what the community had to say about this fight. Dylan Dennis said, "Whose idea was it to put this on the main card? So sloppy." Ben Folk said, "One thing I love about Niko Price is that he fights like he knows his opponents are probably better at this than he is, but he has simply decided that he doesn't care." Steffi Haynes said, "This fight is terrible." Dylan Dennis came back with another saying, "Dana White should cut both of these bums." Jamal Hill said, "Not ending this fight when your opponent is this tired is sad." The MMA Guru said, "It's official. Alex Morono is incapable of harming a fellow male human being, and I think I could take him. Good to see Price win, though no joke, this dude has like 12 kids, he needs it." Steffi Haynes came back with another tweet saying, "UFC should be ashamed of themselves putting that fight on the main." Marcel Dorf said, "Come on, no interview for Niko? What the F?"
And my last question, the new UFC gloves debuted with this event. I'm just curious, you've obviously fought many times in the previous ones. What did you think the difference was? Did you like them? Just give us the review.
The finger holes are very tight. That's why my hands are all cut up, because they sent them to us a month ago, and I already ripped that pair from hitting the bag so much, and my knuckles started ripping, but they're great for one-time use, and when the UFC is great, you know? It felt like a little more cushioned when he was punching me, so cool with it.
Kevin Holland versus Michal Oleksiejczuk. Kevin Holland defeated Michal Oleksiejczuk by submission in round 1. Here's what fans had to say. Ben Folk said, "I can't believe you stopped that. I'm fine. Okay, start this lawnmower using that arm. Not so indignant now, are you?" The MMA Guru said, "He did not tap. The F are you watching? He can't even make contact with the cranking arm of Holland." The MMA Guru also said, "O'Malley hops around the cage on one leg for half a round, but stop any other fight the second that bone damage happens. Oleksiejczuk did not tap to Holland. JDM's arm is still broken from Burns 3 months later, and he beat the S out of Burns with one arm in round 3. Michael Bisping said, "He didn't tap though. I ain't taking nothing away from Kevin though. Ain't his job to ref. Solid win." Bilal Muhammad said, "He's better at middleweight." Michael Chandler said, "Yeah, that arm is toast." Michael Bisping later on said, "Arm bars hurt. When it's too much, you tap. If you can endure the pain, you don't. If the arm snaps, of course, stop the fight. From what I saw, it didn't look like it snapped, but the ref has the best view, and Herb is one of the best."
What noises were you hearing? Did you feel it break? How bad was that?
When I first put him in the armbar, I heard the pop. After that, it wasn't popping again, and I was like, I'm gonna have to do a full-blown break. So I kept trying to like little chihuahua scoot, you know what I mean? Get myself underneath there, and then hit a good pull after that. But guy's tough as nails, hit me with a good shot. It's tough guy. I had a feeling he'd be like, I fought John Phillips for my first UFC win, and I had a feeling he'd be like John Phillips, but better. And I told the coaches, I said, he hits me with a good shot, this fight's going to the ground. He hit me with a good shot, and the fight got to the ground. Good job.
Oh my God. Kevin Holland has him in the armbar, about to break that. Please, don't, just tap, just tap.
You got dropped right before it too, Kevin did.
Kevin got dropped. Oh, damn. Oh! Oh, that's broken. That's a broken arm. He tapped. Oh.
And he's mad?
Looked like a tap to me. No. Good shit.
Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Sean Strickland defeated Paulo Costa by decision after 5 rounds. Here's how the MMA community reacted. The MMA Guru said, Great finish from Strickland. But where was that energy before? He won nearly every round though. Minimum 4-1 Strickland and nothing less than 3-2. Steffi Haynes said, of course he really waited until the last 20 seconds to do something. Bilal Muhammad said, they're gonna act like Strickland is crazy because that last 3 seconds. Bilal followed it up by saying, you know how when there's no activity on the ground, the ref stands them up? They should do the opposite for this fight. Let's make them start on the ground. Steffi Haynes came back to say, I can't wait to hear Sean's excuse. I know it looked like ish, but it is what it is. They can't all be gangbusters, guys. But F all these flags and ish. Luke Thomas said, the reality is neither guy really got their offense out of second gear, and there's less than 2 minutes left in a 25-minute fight. Steffi Haynes also said, what happened to we're just gonna stand in the middle and bang, Sean? Damon Martin said, this is how Sean Strickland fights, and that's not a knock on him at all. If you want to stop it, have a better strategy. But anyone surprised that this is how the fight is going hasn't watched Strickland before. He's methodically consistent. Max Griffin said, Sean Strickland with the Bart Simpson's kick. Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. Islam Makhachev defeated Dustin Poirier by Darce choke in the 5th round. Here's what the MMA community had to say. Dan Tom said, Dustin was smart to swim for a single, but once his underhook went above Islam, he entered Gilly Darce counter city. John Morgan said, Dustin Poirier should never ever hang his head about anything he feels he failed to accomplish in his career. He represents absolutely everything that makes this sport so incredible, even in defeat. Absolute legend, incredible fight. Mac Malley said, dude, Islam is just that good. I full sent for Poirier, but facts are facts. Lerone Murphy said, champions win at all costs. Dominic Cruz said, Darce choke finish for Makhachev. Dustin's legacy only grows. Epic matchup and rivalry for the books. Carlston Harris said, what a fight. 2 warriors, Islam and Dustin. Julian Marquez said, that hurt. Sean Sheehan said, Poirier gave it all. Makhachev has it all. Shaheen Al-Shadi said, Dustin Poirier taps. And still, Islam Makhachev has tied the UFC's all-time record for consecutive lightweight title defenses. The MMA guru said, well that sucks. Who the F cares about this other guy called Makhachev? Great performance from Poirier. These former featherweights are really giving Makhachev problems. But with that extra 10 pounds, I don't know who beats him. Steffi Haynes said, and god damn it, I'm not going to be sad. Dustin gave 1,000,000%. What a performance. Aljamain Sterling said, great finish from Islam, and he showed a lot of grit against a very determined Poirier. I had a 2-2 going into the 5th round. Great fight from both men. Top comments. Joaquin looks like Tyler the Creator on steroids, lol. Usman's so inactive lately. I wonder why, for real. Buckley gets on my nerves. I'm glad other fighters are calling him out. Gotta watch out for Buckley's wild hooks, but I think Shavkat ends him. How's Izzy going to tell anyone how to beat Strickland? Haha, he lost every round with him. Usman saying that beating Jan would do nothing for his career is absolutely the most ignorant statement he's made. What he really wants to say is that he knows he isn't going in there and beating Jan, so he's going to make some meatball excuse as to why he doesn't want to fight a better fighter. They didn't book Diaz and Ferguson because if they both win or if they both lose, you have another fight lined up after money.